Moto X was supposed to be the phone that made Motorola hot again, to get back to those days when it seemed like everyone had a StarTAC or a Razr in their pocket. But the Moto X had mid-range specs that just couldn't compete with bigger, faster phones, so it never really took off. With the new Moto X, Motorola fixes almost everything wrong with the original. This time, the specs are top tier. You've got a Snapdragon 801 processor, 2 gigs of RAM, a full HD AMOLED display, and a 13 megapixel camera. Swiping, scrolling, launching apps, multitasking, this thing flies through it all with buttery smoothness. The old Moto X was a little small by today's standards. The new model bumps up the screen from 4.7 inches to 5.2 inches and increases the resolution from 720p to 1080p. This makes the phone larger, but the thin bezel and nicely curved back make it easy to use one-handed and has no problem slipping into your pocket. Motorola's software is nearly stock Android, which I love, but there are a few slick extras. Moto Voice lets you talk to your phone without ever picking it up or even waking it from sleep.
Okay, Moto X.
It can read text out loud and play music from YouTube. And if there's a call coming in you just don't want to deal with, just wave your hand over it to silence it. There are a couple of issues that give me pause. The 2300 mAh battery is smaller than in competing phones. I didn't have any trouble making it through the day, but I definitely like to see a bigger battery in there. And while the camera software is simple and effective, the low-light photos taken with this phone are way too dark and full of noise. Despite these shortcomings, I really like the new Moto X a lot more than last year's model. Unless you demand a phone with the absolute best camera, it should definitely be on your shortlist.